Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So, I've been doing a little thinking today, and I've actually been thinking along this for the past year or so because I found myself really reflecting on my life so far, what I'm doing, and the people that I've surrounded myself with, the relationships I have with friends and people I train with and people I work with. And I started to ask myself, am I doing the things I do out of love or out of fear? Now, this is not something I came up with. This is not a philosophy I came up with. This was actually a question one of my jiu-jitsu professors, Professor Arun Sharma of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu India, he asked me this question when we were discussing things about life, I think. Not so much about jiu-jitsu, but about life itself. He asked me this question about 3, 4 years ago when we last met. I didn't really think about it all that much at that time, but since of late, since I've been really looking at my life and my decisions and everything that has led me to this point in my life, and I've been doing a very thorough deep dive into it. This format of questioning has really helped me clarify a lot of things. Really think about it. Like, according to Professor Arun, you'd either do something out of love or out of fear. It's either or. And for me, it was a bit hard to grasp at that time. But now, having gone through a lot of life changes for the past 4 years and really examining my life and the decisions I've made, some decisions awesome, some decisions not so great. I really start to see this. We really do make most of our decisions either out of love or out of fear. Maybe there are the emotions involved, but those are the big two, I would say. And I think that is a good way to really understand why you're doing something when you're doing it. So you are really clear in your intentions. Because sometimes we make decisions and sometimes we get into things that aren't so great for us. We push ourselves into it. They're not healthy for us, they're not healthy for the people around us. But we do it anyway because we are afraid of something. Usually, fear is a big motivator. But we also do things out of love, genuinely because we love the process of it, or we love someone and we want to benefit them, or maybe we just love ourselves and want to benefit ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem, I think, is when we confuse the two. When we think we are doing something out of love for somebody else, or love for the work we do, or love for our country or our tribe or whatever, but really it's all about fear. And if we are not honest with that, I think that's what causes a lot of problems, both in the physical world and the mental world. And I think that is the root of a lot of inner conflicts. At least it has been for me, because I have taken some decisions in my life and I have gone through some processes in my life, not entirely out of the most clearest intentions. Well, for sure, I had intentions going into these things, but upon reflection, hindsight is 2020, they say. So upon reflection, I see that some of the things, if not a lot of the things I've done, was purely out of fear. Either fear of losing, losing in front of others, making myself look bad, or maybe the fear of getting hurt physically or emotionally, the fear of getting embarrassed. I have done a lot of things just to avoid these pitfalls or failures. But I've also done some things out of love. Like when I practice martial arts, I really love it. When I coach people, especially when I coach someone who's really coachable, who's asking genuine questions, and someone I can see who's taking my what I'm saying and improving himself and going levels beyond what I've ever reached. That really brings me true joy. When I do something creative, that brings me a lot of joy. Like making this video, it makes me very happy. I know it's like a simple thing I'm doing. It's not a major life-changing, special effects thing. But just talking in front of the camera, expressing myself, that brings me a lot of joy. I really love this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. Making music, playing music, I used to love that. I should get back into that. I need to get my strings back on my guitar first. There's a whole lot of things that I used to do that I loved. So I have that aspect of life too, but I have to acknowledge that some of the more undesirable things or the unwholesome things that I have brought upon myself are the results of the things that I've done out of fear. And so now we cannot change the past. What's happened has already happened. There's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is apologize for hurting other people's feelings. And maybe they might accept my apology, maybe they might not. That is out of my hands. I can only say I'm sorry. But what I can do is pay a lot of attention to what I'm doing now and ask myself, as I'm going through the day, as I'm going through the process, am I doing this out of love or am I doing this out of fear? Maybe that is something you can also do too, and that may bring you a greater amount of clarity in your life. So, until next time, train hard, train smart, Prankster